Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Bad 5. This is probably like the fifth or sixth time I've been recording this. It's been a long time, and I apologize for that. My hobbies like model building, toy collecting, things like that, have gotten the best of me. So as a result, I just haven't really found the time to make a lot of videos lately. So I really apologize for that. I need to get back into doing it. Just a lot of times when I've recorded a video, I kind of watch it back. I'm like, that's shit. I don't like it. But I need to realize that not all my videos are going to be perfect or anything like that. And yeah, so again, I apologize. I hope to be doing a bit more on this channel, possibly even on my secondary channel as well. I had some requests on a couple of those videos. But anyway, that's for a different time. So anyway, some of you watched my last video, hopefully most of you watched my last video to Ellie May. Now, the thing is, she apparently found that video, and she shared it on some kind of social media avenue. I have no idea what it is, whether that be Twitter or Facebook, whatever. I really don't care. I'm not much on social media, mostly because I really don't like people, and I really don't like engaging with a lot of people. But anyway, so she found it, and she, sent it out to her fans, friends, whatever. I don't know. I was never really clear on that. But anyway, so most of these people that came onto my video that like her, they kind of did like the fart in the room and leave kind of thing, where they'd either just thumb it down or they'd put a shitty comment. I'd respond, they wouldn't respond back. Now, a couple of these people did, and I actually got into it with them, and it's my guess that they didn't watch the video. More on that later, I promise. Because the thing is, I gave conservatives their props. Now, if Ellie May, if her reasons for not being a Democrat were, things like, well, I'm a conservative. I'm not down with the liberal ideology. I'm definitely more conservative. I don't think anyone is 100% unless they're just fucking delusional. There are liberals that have a lot of conservative ideals and ideas, things like the environment. That's conservative right there. And the same thing with a lot of conservatives. I know plenty of conservatives who are actually for things like gay rights, things like, the feminist type of ideology where men and women are treated as equals. I would hope Ellie May would be one of them. I know people like Ann Coulter, she doesn't even think women should have the right to vote, which I think is retarded, but, nonetheless, people are going to believe conservative things sometimes. That's just how some people are. People aren't going to agree. Also, if she had gone through her real reasons such as I think Democrats are more about gun control than I would like, and hence why I definitely disagree with the Democrats here. I mean, there are a bunch of reasons that me as a liberal I can actually see people disagreeing with. And I have no problem with that. I give conservatives their props. I have plenty of conservative friends. We've talked about it, and I say, well, here's why I think you're wrong. They'll tell me, well, here's why I think you're wrong, etc., etc. It happens. You're not going to agree with everyone 100% of the time. Hell, not even people within the parties agree with everyone, each other 100% of the time. That's why we have things like primaries and different candidates running in these primaries. You can actually try to find the candidate that best suits your beliefs, is the closest to your belief system, and as a result, you vote for them, you support them. But anyway, so a couple of these people, they responded. I'm just going to go through a couple of the criticisms that they've had against me, because most of these are completely asinine, they're fucking bullshit. One of these guys, first off, his first comment was idiot. Okay, and I'm like, you care to elaborate on that? And, he's just basically attacking me. I'm like, I'm guessing you're one of these new conservatives, because I had actually done my research on the guy, and I looked to see what kind of videos he was liking or favoriting, the kind of comments he was putting. It's obvious. He hates liberals. It's not just like, I don't like them, I don't agree with them, I think here's why they're wrong. No, I mean, this is just attacking. And it seemed like he got offended by this. I assumed that he was a Republican / conservative. He really seemed to get bothered about this. Now, when I confronted him about it, he was like, no, I don't care. Well, bullshit, you do fucking care. And we're just kind of going back and forth. Now, one thing he wanted to kind of point out to me was that I'm a hypocrite. I am a hypocrite. Now, he kept saying this, and I have no idea what he's referring to, how I'm hypocritical. Because if someone says, you're a hypocrite and here's why, I'll consider it. And if it is something that actually does hold some validity, I'm going to look at that and consider it and think, like, okay, well, maybe I am being a hypocrite here, or saying, like, no, here's why I'm not a hypocrite, because of such and such. But nonetheless, I'll consider it. I'll say, okay, fine. He couldn't point it out. He just basically, I said it. So I went back through the comments like, no, you didn't. You just kept calling me that. You got mad that I accused you of being a conservative, even though it seems like either you're just batshit insane and you don't know what you believe, you're a troll, or you just didn't like the fact that I kind of called you on it because you didn't give me any indication, even though I can see it elsewhere. So he kept calling me a hypocrite, and when I pointed out to him, like, I can look at your other comments, you know this, yeah? He said, oh, what did your mom teach you? Oh, wow, we went to the whole fucking mom thing. Oh, did your mom? Oh, yes, that's exactly what happened here. Fucking idiots. Like, you've already lost. You know, you can't even have, like, an actual discussion here. I asked you a question. You are aware I can look at this, right? Yeah, okay. Who cares? Let's move the fuck on. Let's get on this whole thing about me being a hypocrite. Why not? But he never did it. So he basically said he was done with me. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to make it real fucking easy for you. And I just fucking blocked him. Like, why should I waste my time day after day after day arguing with this moron when he makes an accusation, yet he doesn't want to use the simple courtesy, give me the simple courtesy of explaining why I'm a hypocrite. So it's like, why deal with this shit? You know, it's just like, fuck him. You know, he's already thumbed it down, and I said, I don't even think you watched my video. Because he's saying all these things, and he admitted to me that, no, he didn't. He watched a couple minutes, and then he stopped. Now, I want to get on that for a second. Because having disagreements, that's fine. And in fact, I want to kind of bring up a personal experience here. There's a guy named Spinosaurus Ken. For those of you who have watched some of my older videos, people who have been subscribed for a while, etc., they're going to remember I did a response to this guy. Now, I was getting comments from people saying, oh, he pwned me and all this. He destroyed all my arguments. Shit like this. I watched a video he did to me. I don't agree with him. And I was actually a little annoyed at first. But as I was watching his video, he had said something because I had brought up Pinegrove 33. For those of you who don't know who he is, he's a pretty popular MRA user. He's very anti-feminist. And he seems to hate just pretty much anything liberal. Now, Spinosaurus Ken, again, he had mentioned he did a video against Pinegrove 33. So I went to that channel, to his videos, found that video, and watched it. And I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. And I actually put a comment. I believe my exact words were, I know you had a go at me recently. Expect a response soon. But this is actually a really good video. And he and I started talking back and forth. He subscribed to me, I subscribed to him, and I remember on his video to me, I believe it's the user BaneAU666, like, this guy has, actually, reconsidered his positions, or changed his position some, and Spinosaurus Ken had actually said, yeah, but he's still an idiot. Now, I'm not 100% sure if that was before or after he and I had kind of talked, but regardless, if he still thinks I'm an idiot, even after we had talked and, all that, to me, it's like, hey, he's fine with me. I know we disagree with each other, but he's fine. In my eyes, he's okay. He has his beliefs. I think he argues them fairly well. A lot of times with certain things, he argues them very well. But even if he thinks I'm an idiot, he doesn't have to answer to me. He can still think that, but we've actually gotten along quite well. So I have no problem with this. The reason I brought this up is because Spinosaurus Ken disagreed with me. He pretty much knew coming in he was going to disagree with me. But he watched my entire video. Now, I don't know if this is simply because he wanted to do a response to it. Like, maybe some people are like, oh, you should rip this guy a new asshole talking about me. Whatever. Nonetheless, he watched the entire goddamn video. He watched it. And then he came up with his arguments as to how he thinks I'm wrong. Again, he and I disagree. That's fine. And again, in my book, he's fine. But this asshole here, not Spinosaurus Kid, the other guy, he couldn't even watch my video. Even though I laid out a lot of things. I gave conservatives a lot of credit. I gave them their props. And I just said, why, this girl is an idiot. Speaking of which, there's this old fuck. Old fuck. I believe his name was Robert Ludwa. Now, he had to get on me. He's probably one of the biggest fucking idiots I've ever seen when it comes to these kinds of arguments, and he's trying to be serious. Not just like, he's young, so he's stupid, you know, he doesn't have a lot of world experience, things like this. No, and in fact, he gave me a listing of the presidents he's voted for, like McGovern and Nixon and Clinton and Dole, all this. But he stopped at Dole, which I find really, really, really odd. I have no idea. I mean, to me, that's really bizarre that that's the one you stop at. You know, because there have been 4 presidential elections since. So, what, are you ashamed? Now, he kind of gave me the indication maybe he had voted for Obama. But he's disappointed in him, which, okay, fine. No big deal. But he was giving full disclosure, and he was basically trying to make the argument that I said I'd never vote for a Republican, which is completely untrue. It's demonstrably false. I voted for plenty of Republicans for things like city council. In fact, my family, which we've been traditionally Democrat forever, with a few Republican exceptions, it's going to happen, you know, of course. We don't like Mike Coleman. He's the current mayor of Columbus. I believe he's, or maybe, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's still mayor. I think this is his last term. He's done after this. My family, we didn't like him. Now, he's a black guy, just before anyone reads into that. It's not because he's black. It's because a lot of his policies were fucking stupid. And the Republican woman he ran against was actually very good. We actually agree with a lot of what she had to say. This is way back, you know, fucking early, like 2000 or something. So anyway, yeah, so I told him, no, I voted for Republicans, but he kept this fucking shit going. He kept it going, like, you said no, I said I can't vote for any of these Republicans. I don't agree with them. Which, why is that such an issue with certain people? You said you wouldn't, okay, well, would you vote for any of these Democrats? Would you vote for Hillary or Bernie Sanders? Or any of the other people? Would you vote for them? If you say no, I'm not going to say, see, you never, no, you don't agree with them. If you do not agree with them, you don't vote for them. Or the 2 people who end up with the nominations of the 2 main parties, you pick the person you agree with most. Why is this a problem? I really don't see how it is. If I have voted, which I've only voted for Democratic presidents, but then again, I've only voted for 3 candidates. You know, I haven't been 18 I wasn't 18 that long ago, but how is this an issue? Anyhow, so, you know, he keeps accusing me of this, and I said, I'm sorry, but Ellie May is a retard. And she is. She's an idiot. Her arguments don't hold water. And in fact, I'm going to kind of go into some of her other videos in my next video to her. Because how she got anyone's attention is beyond me. How Dinesh D'Eluza's channel found her is beyond me. She doesn't have good arguments. They're stupid. There's nothing there. There is nothing there. It's no different from the liberals who just want to attack conservatives and strawman them. Hell, I read a website where it was a liberal one that said that George Bush said that the Constitution is just a goddamn piece of paper. Now, they have no evidence to back them up. He could have said this. I don't know. But I really don't think he had said that. I mean, I hate George Bush. I think he was one of the worst presidents of all time. Maybe not the worst, but one of the worst. But I don't think he would say something like that. The guy was stupid, and he was a fuck-up, but I don't think he was that stupid, and he wasn't that much of a fuck-up. Anyhow, so, you know, he kept accusing me of things. Now, one thing that seems to come up when it comes to these kind of debates or arguments is the fact that a lot of these guys, they want to accuse us liberals of being the actual racists. We're the racist ones. We use the race card, even though I didn't. I'm not one of the people that says, if you don't like Obama, it's only because he's black. Now, that is the case sometimes, but unless you say something that would suggest that, I'm not going to accuse you of that. Maybe you just disagree with the guy's policies. No big deal. I mean, I don't see why. Like healthcare, I mean, most of the arguments are completely ass backwards. I mean, the thing is, that was the Republican plan from the 90s, and they just used it, but maybe it's reverse psychology. I don't know. So anyway, so he's accusing me of this, and I basically said there's no such thing as race. There isn't. I mean, there's fewer differences than there are similarities. So as a result, we're one race. Humans are quite special. It's weird that we are, but we are. And he said, no, there are 5, which I've heard that before. And, but it shouldn't matter. That's what he said. He actually put an exclamation point at the end. But it shouldn't matter. Okay, I agree. What I'm saying is, no, there really isn't. Well, anthropologists, I don't give a fuck what anthropologists say. I'm looking at biology here, prick. So, and so many of his other arguments. When I said she's an idiot, he tried to bring up, well, what about her freedom of speech? Really? Her freedom of speech. Number one, how am I infringing upon that? I didn't flag her video. I didn't have it taken down. She's free to say whatever the fuck she wants. I'm free to say whatever I want against her. If I think her opinion is wrong, I'm allowed to say this, right? If she wants to respond and say that I'm the fucking idiot here, she's correct. She has every right to say that. However, I don't see why so many people do not get the idea of freedom of speech. That's a civil right. The government can't take that right away. Then again, private companies can restrict that. Just like at work. If you work something like retail, or you're a server, you can't just go around saying, oh, fuck these people. They will fire you. Is that infringing upon your freedom of speech? No, the government's not doing anything. They don't want you talking that way. Just like certain companies, they have very strict rules about how you engage with other people. Employees, customers, etc. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Not all places have like an open door policy. But the thing that really fucks me up is YouTube, you do not have the right to freedom of speech. If you're saying something that they do not, that goes against their terms of service, something like that, they can ban you. You do not have a right to be on YouTube. When I point this out, of course, he abandons this. I don't know if he thought, like, this was either a really good argument and then thought, oh, shit, or he thought I was stupid enough to think that, oh, shit, I guess he has me there. No, you don't, prick. You're a moron. But then he, of course, he wants to pull, oh, I'd rather talk to an adult. Okay, well, I'm an adult, and so far I've been kicking your ass, but you're losing, so of course it turns into, well, I would rather discuss this with no, you'd rather discuss this with someone who agrees with you, is what it is. I was pretty cordial towards him. I wasn't saying, oh, fuck you, you're a fucking idiot and all this. No, I was talking about the subject matter. Now, I asked him if he had actually watched the video. Actually, I accused him of not watching the video. Of course, he didn't respond, because he didn't watch the video. He knew I was attacking her, therefore, it's bad, he doesn't like me, whatever. So he just thumbed it down, left a shitty comment. We got into it. He's got nothing to back up his arguments. He's got nothing to say. And yeah, that's it. And he said, well, I'm done talking with you. So I said, I'm going to make it real easy for you. And I blocked him. Why should I have to deal with this? I mean, the guy's a fucking idiot. His profile picture, of course, he's wearing a cowboy hat, which is basically like me wearing an astronaut costume. I'm wearing a costume, just like he is. There are no cowboys anymore. But, I mean, it fucks me up that if you're going to criticize someone, at least have the common, give them the common courtesy of watching their video. Just do it. And if you disagree, fine. I have no issue with that. I've watched plenty of videos that I completely disagree with, but I've watched it till the end. In fact, there's one like, how to explain economics to a liberal. I put a comment, basically saying this video is idiotic. Here's why. And of course, no one responds. Well, whatever, unless my comment was removed. I really don't care that much. But, or if you don't like the video, click out. There you go. Just leave. No one's forcing you to watch it. And no one is forcing you to come on there, start making comments without knowing what you're talking about, and then you keep on responding. Jesus Christ. I mean, that's it. That's all I'm asking. If you want to tell me I'm wrong, fine. Tell me why I'm wrong. If you think I'm a hypocrite, fine. Tell me how. If you think I'm a moron, hey, I want you to explain to me how I'm a moron. That's it. Not asking for much here. Anyway, my next video to Ellie May, which I don't think is going to be like my next video I release, because I have actually recorded another video that I want to release. It's kind of an in-between kind of thing. But I'm going to be doing one with her. It's going to take a lot of work, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end. So, anyway, I apologize for the absence, but anyway, this is Bad 5, and I'll see you guys next time.